Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. And today we've got a bit of an interesting one actually. So it should have been the next episode to the cleaning series where I would be going over another part of the car, but something came up yesterday that I had to bounce on. I could not miss this opportunity. What was it, you may ask? An Abarth accessories kit. Yep, that's right. I bought a little Abarth accessories kit full of really nice goodies for a bargain price. Now, what are these things, you may ask? Well, we've got some really nice pieces to add to the car. So without any further ado, let's not waste any time and show you what I got. Alright everyone, so here we are. So the first goodie that I got among this lot was actually a new pair of mats. Now, I don't know if you can see that properly, but on the mat itself, it actually says, here we go, Officine Abarth. Italian word, hard to say. I'll get there in the end. But basically, I got a Competizione mat, which is pretty awesome. Now, the guy I actually got it from did own two Abarths previous. He owned a 695 Yamaha, and he must have owned a 595 Competizione, because he didn't actually say which 595 he had, but considering that these mats are from a comp, it must have been one of them. And oh boy, they are really, really nice. Now, of course, as you may have seen in previous videos, I do already have a set of really nice Abarth mats, so I'm probably just going to keep these as spares or just rotate for when the other ones are dirty, because I have actually done that. I did it last night. The other ones are filthy, needed a bit of a clean, so I changed them for these ones, and they were really nice. They fit in just well, and they're a pleasure to look at. They are really nice to see that little metal badge. It's just a beautiful set of mats. Now, I think these are 80 quid or 100 quid to buy as a whole set, but obviously I'm missing the back mats, sadly, but they are just plain black mats if you do want to get them for the rear seats, which I'm planning to do, so then I can have a nice full set. Just a dirt bike there, guys, a bit loud to commentate over, but yeah, so I'm planning to get rear mats for it as well, just so I can complete a full set and have them for spares. But they are really nice. I mean, the quality of them is lovely, just like the original mats, and they were pretty much stonking. You know, the condition of them is great. There's no scuffs or marks on them, no stains that I couldn't get out. It was just a quick you know, carpet clean from the previous video that I showed you. You know, just use the upholstery technique, and they were all back. They were just back to their former glory, like new. I mean, they pretty much were new anyway, but I just had to give them a little clean and they were all good and done. So that was really nice, you know, nice extra set of mats there. And then moving on, we also got this little goodie bag, which most of the things came in. And now, we'll get to this part in a minute, but I can get my hand in there. So this is my original, oh, change hand there, guys, got my hand in the way. So this is my original fuel cap, which would have come as stock on the car standard, but as I'll show you in a minute, we got something to change that with. Among the rest of it, we also got these really nice pens, which, let's try and get them out here. These are actually, these are actually paint markers, so if I just show you that the right way, there we go, Toma paint markers, which are used to colour the front grille lettering. And of course, as you can see here, we've got white, green and red, which is obviously the Italian colours. So I'm thinking of doing that actually. I'm thinking of changing the white text to the Italian colours. Let me know in the comments below, guys, if you think that's a good idea, because I'm honestly rocking with it. I think that will look really cool and be a nice addition to the front of it, make it pop a little bit. But see what happens, I suppose. Alright guys, so here we are at the side of the car, and I'll just give you a couple seconds here to see if you can see anything different about it. I mean, it does look very clean for once, actually. Half the time that this car's on video, it's always so dirty, but finally I've been able to clean it. But if you can notice anything different here, you'd be right, because if we come in a bit closer, we now have wind deflectors installed on the car, and it looks really cool. It's such a nice little addition to this car and just brings it up a little bit, really. Gives it more of a modified look to it, if you know what I mean. So these are actually Team Hecco wind deflectors, which are very popular on a lot of cars. And most wind deflectors that I see on cars are actually from Team Hecco. So it's quite nice to have these and kind of like see what all the hype's about, really. And I gotta say, they are worth it. There are so many benefits that these wind deflectors bring, and I'll get a little bit into that in a minute when we're inside the car. But just taking a look at them from the outside, I think these look really, really nice. They're not too big, they don't stand out too much, but they add a lot to the side profile and the shape. They're just really, really smooth, and they fit in really nicely, and I really like the way they look. It's kind of like it's continuing this shape here. So it starts from here, goes all the way up the side, and then to the A pillar, or B pillar, sorry, yeah. So I really like that. I think that looks really cool, and I'll just quickly show you what that looks like from the inside. Right guys, so here we are on the inside, and as you can see, these actually look really, really good. You can see quite a good amount of it as well. So it's not obstructive or annoying to look at all. It just kind of sits there and looks really good. And as I said, there are benefits to it. So whether you knew this or not, when you have your window down and going at some speeds, 20, 30 miles per hour, let's say, you get buffeting, and it does affect your MPG and your power, which of course you wouldn't want, especially driving a nice little sports car. So to help this, wind deflectors act as a guard, really. So if you do have the window down to around there, so like the bottom of the wind deflector, you don't feel any buffeting at all, and then it gets rid of those effects of your reducing your MPG and your power. So there were really, really nice benefits to having these wind deflectors installed, and they really do work. I have had the window down at, I think it was last night. It was quite cold. It was about 8 o'clock-ish, so it was getting a little bit chilly, and I had the windows down a little bit, and I couldn't feel anything at all. There was just a nice little breeze that was coming through, and it was just nice enough to keep the windows down. And I imagine if those weren't there, it would have been just unbearable. So they are really, really good to have, and I recommend them. And I think these are 40 quid new, so they're not cheap, but I'd say they're worth it. But to have that thrown in with the rest of the goodies is just such a bargain. It's kind of why I went for it. But the next thing I'm going to show you is the main reason I had to jump on this deal, because I've been looking for one of these for ages. So let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so you may have seen in the boot that I did have the original or standard fuel cap in a little bag. And if I open this here, oh yes guys, here it is, the Competizione fuel cap. I've been looking for one of these for so long, since I got the car really. Because of how complicated it is to put the fuel cap on, you have to put the key in, unlock it, screw this off, and then hang it. It's just a nightmare, and it takes way too long. I mean, I guess it doesn't take too long, but it'd just be nice to have something a bit easier, which this does. All you have to do is just literally take it off and hang it on, and that's it. And then the same again for putting it back on. It's so nice to have, and just look at that. It's such a nice addition. And it just makes looking at the fuel cap so much cooler, especially when you're fueling the car up. Just seeing it is so nice. It makes that process a little bit more bearable. So just having this is an absolute joy. I absolutely love this thing so much. Comes off a Competizione, and I'm so glad to have one finally. So as I said before, these are about 70 quid, which is quite a lot for your fuel cap. But I suppose, Abarth parts, the prices that they are, I guess it makes sense. I mean, it comes on the higher models, and it's really nice. The quality of it is so sick, especially with the logo on there. It's just so nice. So I'm so glad to finally have that on the car, and that was just the main deal breaker really. I saw this with the picture and had to go for it. The rest of it was just included, and I love the rest of it for sure, but this was the main thing I had to go for. So what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below, because I absolutely adore this thing. And yeah, there is one more thing I want to get into, so we'll just open the door here and I'll show you exactly what that is. Alright guys, so the next thing that we're going to get into is actually these custom Abarth cup holder placements. So these are really, really nice. I dig these a lot. I think they're super cool to have in the cup holders. They fit pretty decently. They're a little bit big for the front ones, but all you have to do is trim a little bit or just leave them in. They honestly look fine. I dig these a lot, as I said, and they just help you keep the dirt off and prevent you from having to clean them every couple minutes, because the cup holders do get quite a lot of dirt in them for some reason. I don't know why. I don't even think I've had anything in the cup holders. So how they get dirty, I do not know. But anyway, I really like these inside here. I think they're a nice little addition. It just makes even looking at the cup holders really cool. We've also got some in the back here, and they fit perfectly fine. They're just slotted in really nicely, and again, make the cup holders look really cool. And the last thing I want to go through is this little Abarth pad. Now, this was also thrown in with the bundle and just looks really, really sweet. It's one of those kind of pads that you keep on the dashboard and have your phone on to stop it from moving around, and it does that job really well. I put my phone on it yesterday and was driving around a little bit, and it did not move at all. So it's a really nice little thing if you want to put stuff on it and just prevent it from moving about or hitting stuff. It's really good in your dashboard and your glove box. So if I just quickly try and place that in here, it does fit quite well. It's quite snug in there, you know, fits kind of nice, and it works just as well as it would on the dashboard. Put your phone on it or your sunglasses or whatever you have in there, and it just keeps it from slamming about. So that is really cool, and I dig that a lot. So I think that's pretty much all that was included in that little bundle, really. It's such a cool amount of stuff that just absolutely was worth it. And as I said, that fuel cap was 70 quid by itself. So the rest of it was kind of like 10 quid, really, if you think about it. The wind deflectors, the pens, the little cup holder things, and that mat. Oh, and also, one thing that I forgot to mention, we also got a free tyre. That's right, guys, a tyre. So the guy just threw it in, really. He just said, "What do you run?" I said, "Well, 17s, mate." I was like, "Oh, well, I suppose you can have this." And he just gave me an Avon tyre. So we've actually got that for sale at the moment, and I'm located in Grimsby. So if anyone wants to buy a spare tyre, it's Avon, and it's in really good condition, not many miles done on it, and it's just really nice to have, really. So if you want that as a spare tyre or are needing a tyre, then just hit me up and see if we can work out a deal. It's 70 quid, and as I said, really good condition. So if you want it, just message me and we'll see what we can do. So yeah, that is pretty much all of the things I got in this little bundle, guys, and I think we'll just put you back on the phone holder there and we'll outro the video. Alright guys, so there we have it. 200 quid's worth of stuff for 80 quid. That is an absolute bargain, guys. You've got to agree. All that stuff, I mean, especially the composites in the fuel cap and the mats, the pens, all that good stuff was absolutely worth it in the end. I mean, I had to travel to Hull for it, but I'll go anywhere, guys. Believe me, I'll travel any amount of miles if the product is awesome and the price is right. You guys can have that same experience too, you know. If you just keep looking on every single site there is, all the good places to find Abarth bits and bobs, you too can find an awesome bundle at a really great price. Because believe me, it's so worth it. It might take ages to find, but you know, you'll love it when you buy it. Because I did. I mean, I installed all this stuff when I got home and thought, yeah, this is going to be a good, nice little video. And if you guys have enjoyed the video, please hit that thumbs up, you know, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and hit that bell if you do want to see anything as soon as it comes out, because I've got some videos planned, mainly for the cleaning series, and hopefully the POV drive. I know I keep saying it, it's going to happen, but hopefully it shall do one day. So yeah, if you guys have enjoyed the video, I'm glad, because honestly, I enjoyed recording this, because such sick little items, as I've said. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the future. Have a good one.